Hey, what's up all you lovely learners out there in learning land? Tyler from TenthumbsPro.com coming at you with another ukulele tutorial like we do every single Wednesday and Saturday. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a lesson. Today we're going back to the blues with 5 tasty turnarounds in the key of G, starting easy and getting progressively harder. Blues without a turnaround is like iced tea without ice, all right? Not really gonna work. As always, we'll walk you through note for note. Again, something for all you levels out there so you all have a lovely turnaround for your blues. If you wanna print these tabs out, you can get them by becoming a Patreon. That's tabs for this lesson and all our previous lessons and the future ones as well. You'll see my email in the description if you want some one-on-one lessons via Zoom or Skype. All right, so once you're ready to get bluesy, grab your ukulele, brain attention span, follow me on in, and let's break this lesson down. Come on in. Okay, quickly before we jump into the first turnaround, a little bit of context on how to use these. These are all going to be bars 11 and 12 of a 12-bar blues in G, okay? So at the end, we are going to play the first turnaround in the entire 12-bar so you can see what that looks like. Again, these are just bars 11 and 12. So let's bring up the first one, and the first one's the easiest, and it sounds like this. Okay, so we're going to play the open G on the first beat. That's the root note. We're playing blues in G. So letting that open G ring out is a great way to drone and establish the key. Sounds great with a high G or a low G. I was using a low G in the intro to emphasize some cool bass things, but they both sound great. So you let that ring 1, then you fret the 2nd fret of the A string. This is the B note of a G chord, and the B note is also the 5th interval. Starting on the 5th interval and working your way up is a classic turnaround if you're to construct your own. If you don't know what an interval is, it's important. If you're into music theory at all, check out this link here I have that breaks down the interval. The interval is the foundation of all music theory. So we play that 2nd fret of the A, and then we play our thumb on the low G, and then up to the 3rd fret, open G, up to the 4th fret, G, and then the 5th fret on the first beat of measure 12. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And I'm starting with my index finger, middle finger, ring finger, okay? Then once we get up there, that's the first beat. We're gonna let it ring 1, and then we're gonna play open C and E on the first beat, 1, 2, and 2. I'll bar the 1st fret of the C and the E with my index finger. Then I'll use my middle finger to play the 2nd fret of the C and the E as well. 2, and 3, 4, boom. Then you're back in the top. So you get 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, boom. And then you're into the 12 bar. Okay? Now, when you go, you don't want it to be really, really kind of, straight time. 2 and 3. You want it to have some swing. 2 and 3. All right? So one more time, a little slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so let's play a whole 12 bar. We're only going to do this with this first one because this first one is mostly geared towards you beginners. If you know how to put these in context, feel free to skip on forward to the second turnaround, okay? So we're going to strum G7, down, down, up, up, down, up. A lot of people know that as the island strum. I call it Old Faithful. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go to C7 for 2 measures. Back to G7 for 2 measures. D7, C7, turn around. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. And that is how you put these in context, all right? That's how it fits at bars 11 and 12. All right, so let's jump into number 2. Getting a little more difficult, we're going to introduce some triplets now. A triplet is when you put 3 notes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, in 1, 2, 3, 4, that quarter tone. 1, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, okay? So we're going to play the open G string. Then we're going to come up with our ring finger to the 5th fret of the A, and we're going to pluck the 2 strings at the same time. But we're going to play triplets over this 5th fret here. 1 pola, 2 pola. So you play that 5th fret 3 times. 1, 2 pola. Middle finger, 4th fret, we repeat. Index finger, 3rd fret, we repeat. And then we get to the 2nd fret of the A string and play it with the G, and we play just those 2 notes and let it ring for a quarter beat. 1, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1. Now we're gonna do this. If these bar chords are too hard, you could use what we did there on the first beat. That's functioning as a C, D flat, D. But we're gonna play a C7 here, barring the 3rd fret with our ring finger on the 4th fret of the C string, down strum, move everything up a fret, up strum, up 1 more fret, down. 2 and 3. On the 4th beat, we're gonna mute that chord and jump up to the top. So we get 1, 2 and 3, 4. So we take this turnaround nice and slow. We get 1, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1, 2 and 3, 4. And then you're back into the start of the song. One more time, a little slower. Now what's cool about turnarounds and the blues is the blues works at really slow BPMs, great at medium BPMs, and great at fast BPMs. So you can practice this really slow, medium, and fast, and it's gonna sound great in all 3 speeds. So here we go. 1, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Top of the song. Okay, you would solo primarily in the G minor scale or the G blues scale. If you want to learn how to jam in the key of G, I'm going to put a link right here to a video I call Jamming in G. That will teach you how to solo, so you can really put all this stuff together. Okay, moving on to the 3rd turnaround. For this one, we're going to play the open G. Then we're going to do something called 6th. That's referring to these intervals here. Middle finger on the 7th fret of the C and your ring finger on the 7th fret of the A. And you're going to play that, and then you'll start with your thumb on the C string and then your index plucking the A. Move it up a half step, which means 1 fret to 8 and 8. Again, half step to 9 and 9. Then again to 10 and 10, and you'll play them at the same time. Then after that, we're going to slide into the 5th fret and go back and play 3, 4, 5. This is a D note, and by playing a D note and then 3, 4, 5, we're implying the chords. We're playing a D note, C, D flat, D to imply the chords. So we get 1. One more time, a little slower. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And that's 2 and 3 and 4. So you finish on the and. One more time, really slow. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Boom. All right, let's bring up number 4. This is the one that I played in the intro. Number 4 is going to start off with a pretty crazy triplet. We're going to play the open G, and then I'm fretting the 2nd fret of the C string with my middle finger and the 2nd of the high A with my ring finger, and I'm doing a triplet, and I'll use my thumb on the G and the C. then my index will grab the A. Tripola. And then I'm making this shape here, which is barring the 2nd fret with my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E string and my ring finger on the 4th fret of the G string. So this is a G chord with a B in the bass. This comes from this F chord. So we're just making that F chord a movable shape. And we play through it. So we get 1 pola, 2 pola, same fingers. Then we come up and we grab the 5th fret here of the G string, and we play the 7th fret of the C and the 7th of the A. So I'm barring the 7th fret of the C, E, and A strings with my ring finger, and I'm using my index finger to grab the 5th fret, the C string of the G, C note of the G string. And then I keep this down, and my middle finger will grab the 6th fret. So just that measure, you get 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola. Then we make this G chord here, barring the 7th fret with our ring finger on the 10th fret of the A. 1, and then we go 1, 2, and 3. So we strum through with our thumb on the first beat. We go 2, move your bar down 1 fret, remove the pinky, and get your ring finger on the 7th fret of the C string. This makes a D sharp. So we go up on that, move it down, and we strum our D7. So mostly up till now, we've been approaching the D7 from the C, but you can also do it 1 chord above it and move down to great success. 1, 2, and 3, 4, boom. So that second measure, you get 1, 2, and 3, 4. You put both these together really slow. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1, 2, and 3, 4, boom, in the top. Let's try that again, okay? Really slow. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, number 5, the hardest, is going to incorporate, this is by far the hardest, we're going to incorporate a little bit of riffing in this one. The good news is, though, because it's harder, I wanted to give you a little bit of advantage. The first measure is the exact same as the last. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola. And then you're gonna, this is where it gets crazy. You're gonna make this G chord, but you're gonna bar the 10th fret of the E and the A string. You're gonna strum through it, and then you're gonna play 10 and 10 on the E and the A. And right after, you're going to play the 7th fret of the A string, and your middle finger is going to play the 8th fret of the E. So you get 1 pola. Move that down 2 frets, and now you're on the 5th fret of the A string and the 6th fret here on the E string. And you're going to hammer on the 7th fret with your ring finger. You're going to pluck both of them at the same time, the E string and the A string. And then your ring finger is going to hammer on the 7th fret and then pull off. So you're going to play 6, 7, 6, all with 1 strike. Then you're going to bring that finger down to the 7th fret here of the C string and pull off to the 5th fret of the C string. So really slow. Keep on moving, and then you're going to get up and grab the 7th fret here of the G string, 6th fret of the C, 5th fret here, and then you're going to strum through this D chord, which is 7, 6, 5, 5. Tripola down. 3 pola 4. So, right, really slow. With here you get, like I said, this one's by far the hardest. If you get this one, you're doing great. Really slow. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola 4. Put it all together, nice and slow. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1 pola, 2 pola, 3 pola 4. Let's play this one without counting. And then you're in the top. Let's try to put that last one in the context of a whole 12-bar blues. Let's get a little crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. The COVID thing is crazy. I need to break about my home. Well, this COVID thing's crazy. I wanna break about my home. I'm sitting behind these walls. I feel so alone. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next Wednesday or next Saturday for next tutorial. Have a lovely day, and until then, keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on loving life. Tenthumbs, baby. We love you here. Take care of yourselves. Cool, everybody. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the lesson. Here at TenthumbsPro.com, we appreciate you trusting your learning with us. All right? Think about becoming a Patreon. It's cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger, and it will accelerate your learning, put you on a much faster pace, make everything much easier to learn. And it's really for the value, compared to something like private lessons, you're getting a tremendous value for the cost. Okay, and until next time, keep on rocking and rolling, keep on loving life, keep on playing that ukulele, and we will catch you next Wednesday or next Saturday for our next lesson. Take care of yourself and have a lovely day. Rock and roll.